Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Look what I got. That's right, the new Rasasi Hawas Black. Didn't actually kind of slide across like I wanted it to. This one popped up out of nowhere. Basically no announcement. It just showed up for pre-order at a couple of discounters, and it was like, what even is this? And the word initially was that it was a clone of this. Absolute Ventus, which makes sense when you take a look at the bottle, right? They're both blacked out. But is that what it actually is? Well, we'll get into that in a second. I'll have it linked in the description. Feel free to check it out there. Right now, the best spot to get it is going to be the perfume box. They have it for like 57 bucks. And they're also doing a giveaway, not through this channel, but on their Instagram. So I'm not doing a giveaway, but they're doing a giveaway. So if you go to their Instagram, it's the Perfume Box USA or at the Perfume Box USA. They have a giveaway on there. And also at the Perfume Box, there is a code that you can use that is associated with this channel. So there is that. So here's that code. If you shop there, use that to save yourself some money. And then there are a bunch of other codes that you can use on other websites that are available right there as well. So if you wanted to, I guess you could use the code and then it wouldn't be 57, it'd be a little less. Let's get it kicked off, guys, by going ahead and taking a look at that presentation. And there's an interesting part about that. So here we have the box. On the front there, you have the name of the fragrance, you have the size, the concentration, 100 ml eau de parfum. And I gotta say, I am questioning that eau de parfum designation. Yeah, I am. Nothing doing on the sides. On the back, you have the name of the house. You have the concentration once again, a little more information. And then on the bottom, you have your ingredients and your barcode. And here we have the bottle. Looks nice. You have the name of the fragrance. You have the flanker designation right there on the front. You cannot see through the bottle until you look on the side. And we'll take a closer look at that in just one second. On the bottom, you have a sticker. On the top, name of the house, and it's done in that typical Hawas style. Cap is decently heavy, and it does click into place. Let's go ahead and share a couple sprays of this one. Here we go. Nice atomizer. Now I'm gonna show this to you up close. Where you look through the side of the bottle there, it is ambery colored, very dark and rich, and it is oily. This stuff is extremely oily. So that's why I'm saying eau de parfum, if you say so, but I don't know about that, man. All you have to do is just like this, just, you know, give it a little back and forth, and then look at how the bubbles move inside of the bottle. They are suspended in there, just barely moving. It is extremely thick. Now I said it's oily. Yeah, check this out, okay? I'm gonna do a couple sprays on my hand. Just a couple sprays. Here we go. 1, 2. 2 sprays. I'm gonna come to you. Check this out. Look at that. That is insane. That is 2 sprays. It looks like I have suntan lotion on.
It's mostly advice on suntanning.
Yeah. They did not skimp on this one. So wherever you spray this, be aware you're gonna be getting that, okay? It's gonna be like an oil sheen that sits wherever you spray, and it takes a while for this to dissipate. It's gonna be like this for the rest of the video and a while after. Now, just as a comparison, since I have Absolute Ventus right here, I'm gonna hit 2 sprays over here, all right? Here we go. 1, 2. Now you can see it, but there's a big difference. So what I'm saying is be aware of the oil, and also be aware that if you spray it on your clothes, this stuff is pretty dark and pretty oily. You could stain it. So those of you out there who like to spray their clothing, maybe don't do it with this one. God, it's insane. I feel like I could legitimately just take my hand and do like this and go. Back to the fragrance. Is it a clone of Absolute Ventus? Does it smell one-to-one with Absolute Ventus? What's the deal? Oh, shameless self-plug real quick. If you're on TikTok, at Gents, give me a follow there. I actually talked about this one quickly over on the TikTok before I did here. It's just easier sometimes. But anyway, when this one was first dropped, there weren't even notes. It was just like, hey, here's Hawas Black if you want it. By the way, here it smells like Absolute Ventus or something. I don't know. So that's how it dropped. No notes. But yeah, Absolute Ventus is what this was supposed to smell like. And I will say that if you do a side-by-side with tester strips, you know, you spray this one on one, you spray this one on one, go back and forth, they're actually pretty similar. Yeah. When you spray them on skin, not so much. So what are the differences? Well, there are a decent amount of them. When you first spray them on, surprise, Hawas Black is darker, it's heavier, it's denser. I know, who would have guessed? And the opening fruitiness is different as well. You get a little more pineapple coming out in Hawas Black. And not a super like fresh, bright pineapple, but still you get a nice sweet pineapple there off the top. Whereas Absolute Ventus is gonna be a little more citrus forward. And you get citrus in Hawas Black, but it's underneath that pineapple. And whereas Absolute Ventus over here has more of that modern woodiness as it dries down, Hawas Black is a little bit earthier, heavier, denser. It still has that woodiness like Absolute Ventus, but here it's ramped up. And there's also a bit more of like a tartness around the edges of Hawas Black. And what it actually smells more similar to is Hasavat. Yeah, go figure. They blacked out the bottle, which makes it look like Absolute Ventus, but it smells a little more like the Ventus style fragrance that comes in a white bottle. Now, obviously there are gonna be similarities to a number of fragrances that are kind of in the overall Ventus style, if you want to call it that. Because while, yeah, Hasavat gets compared to Ventus all the time, if you spray them on side by side, are you going to confuse the two? Probably not. They have their own thing going on. And so to me, what Hawas Black comes across more as is Hasavat, but if you ramp things up and also made it more mysterious, darker, heavier, more powerful even. This stuff swallows things up, okay? Like when this first came in, I sprayed it on side by side with Absolute Ventus. I was like, okay, let's check it out. And it was just overpowering Absolute Ventus. And that's when I realized, oh, it actually smells more like Hasavat. So then the next time I wore it, I sprayed it on side by side with Hasavat. And it did the same thing again. Now Hasavat is more versatile than Hawas Black because it's got more of that fresh aspect to it. You know, it's not quite as like, heavy, and this stuff can get heavy. So it does have more versatility, in my opinion, Hasavat. And this is not a one-to-one with Hasavat. So while there are maybe some more similarities with this and this, it's not a one-to-one. So for sure, you would say that this is with a twist. I would say you could take some aspects of heavier batches of a Ventus, but without like the vanilla that's in there and some of the other aspects. You could convince yourself that there's kind of a smokiness in Hawas Black as well, but it's not gonna be like, you know, a big birch blast necessarily. And at times when Hawas Black is drying down, actually, you could compare it to little bits and pieces of Absolute Ventus. So it's not that it's like completely removed from this. It's not that it has nothing in common with these. It's just there's maybe a little more commonality with Hasavat. But like I said, ramped up, made stronger, darker, heavier, denser. Because I'm actually wearing Hasavat right here. And those couple sprays that I blasted onto this, yeah, like there are definite differences, but you can smell the inspiration. Now, in terms of when you would wear this, this is gonna be more fall and winter. Actually, as far as like a Ventus type scents for specifically fall and winter, probably the best one. You don't have to worry about the cold swallowing this one up, okay? It's gonna bust right through that cold. In terms of daytime, nighttime use, obviously with the blacked out bottle, the dark juice on the inside there, the power and everything, most people are gonna have this gravitating more toward evening use. But with this type of DNA, this scent profile, you can pull it off during the day. This is one you're gonna wanna be aware of, how much you're spraying on. Now, I know at this point that Ventus style fragrances are played out for a lot of people. Obviously not played out for everybody, or else they would stop making them. But for a lot of people, they're gonna be like, ah, dude, come on, again. So I get that for sure. But at least this one's different. This is some strong stuff. Remember when Club de Nuit Intense Man first came out? It was like, ooh, this is strong. This is really good. This crushes Club de Nuit Intense Man in terms of performance. Again, look at this. I know you're not supposed to rub the fragrance. Oh my God. Oh, my skin feels gross. It's super slick. Now I have a beautiful sheen. My skin has never looked better. When CDNIM came out, it was strong. Some of the other Ventus clones, strong. This is different. They're lying to you. It's not an eau de parfum. Don't fall for it. You could put this into your car's engine. It'll run fine. You run out of oil, like your car's low on oil, just crack this bottle open. Just dump it in there. It'll be good.
Is that my car?
So there's Hawas Black. If you want a powerful Aventus Hasselblad style fragrance for fall and winter. This is about as strong as you're gonna get as far as like the mainline cologne houses go, man. That is some strong stuff. That is. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Again, linked in the description, 50 bucks, 52 bucks and some change. Where's it 50? 57 bucks and some change. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.